Hi, BookTube. It's Peg at the History Shelf. Again, it has been brought to my attention that with my memory of a gnat, I forgot to give you my verdict on the Lizzie Borden case in my book haul Friday video for this book that I showed, The Trial of Lizzie Borden, a true story by Kara Robertson, where I said if you waited until the end of the video, I would tell you, did she or didn't she, my opinion, my insights, because hey, I've read a lot about Lizzie Borden. I've read every biography or story of this murder of Andrew Borden I could get my hands on. And so I come to this, and I've read a lot of the trial transcripts, and I have I'm excited. I'm intrigued to see what Kara Robertson's take is going to be on this. But did she or didn't she? Drum roll, please. Thank you. She did it. She totally did it. She took a hatchet to that man's face. She did, though. Here's the thing. She had plenty of motive, okay? First of all, her relationship with her father, Andrew Borden, was increasingly rough and rocky after he remarried. When her first mother passed away, I mean, she was an adult woman in her 20s, kind of becoming a spinster of sorts, living at home with a new stepmother whom she did not like, and found out shortly before Andrew's murder that Andrew Borden was writing her out of the will. He was not going to leave her the money. It was going to go to the stepmother, his wife, his second wife, and so she had motive there. And also just other factors. Let me just talk about in 1890. When did this happen? This was 1892, and it was the summer, and it was brutally hot in Massachusetts, Fall River, Massachusetts, August. They did not have air conditioning. There was not a breeze that day. It was brutally hot. They're in this stuffy Victorian house, pent up in all these clothes. Like, the women had to wear just layers and layers of clothing. It was ridiculous. And I just say that the heat drove her crazy, but mostly it was the fact that she was not going to inherit the money. Other people spin conspiracy theories. Oh, it was the sister Emma. It was Emma Borden, but she had an alibi. She was not. She was in another city visiting a friend when this happened. Some people say they saw a strange man or a man in black on the street. He had like a black coat on near the house. And they thought maybe it was a distant cousin. No, everything points to Lizzie. And she had burned a dress the day after the murder, which would have been evidence. And they asked her, why did you burn this dress? And she had some frivolous answer like, oh, it was just it was a nasty little rag, it was just old, and I wanted to, well then, why burn it? It's just weird. So no, I think Lizzie totally did it. Also, the crime scene photos, which were pretty graphic for the time. I mean, they took a straight on picture of this man's face. It was demolished, which would indicate this was a personal attack. She took out his eyes. That is not a stranger attack. That is someone who has personal hatred. Like, she just wanted to wipe away his identity and destroy everything that he was. So it was highly a personal attack. His face was caved in. There was nothing recognizable about him. So she had a hatchet and just, took out his face. And that was that kind of rage, I think, was pent up. So anyway, that's my take on Lizzie Borden. Yes?
Did she have an accomplice? Wasn't there like some servant or something?
Bridget, the Irish maid. That was the other one they were thinking could have done it, but she really didn't have a motive. And if she had been, caught for that, she would have been hanging they wouldn't have given her. Mm-hmm. Everything pointed to Lizzie, not Bridget, the Irish housekeeper, housemaid, or whatever. So I don't think it was an accomplice thing at all. I think Lizzie was a very intelligent, highly intelligent woman. She was known around town to be a good woman. She taught Sunday school. I mean, she taught children. So people, they were very down the middle with this. A lot of people were like, siding with Lizzie, like, oh, there's no way she could have done this. You know, she was a teacher and she was so helpful, and other people were like, she totally did it for these reasons.
Were there anger issues afterwards or rage issues after that?
No,
Or did she just
Martine was
kind of
asking
disappear?
if I thought that after the murder, and Lizzie was acquitted, okay, but she was always tainted by this because many people thought she did it. She eventually sold that house in Fall River, I think, and then moved, but she stayed in the state, and she bought this big mansion, and then there were rumors about her with all these famous actresses later in life. I mean, she pretty much lived alone. Oh, the interesting thing too, the other thing that makes me believe that she is guilty is that there was, and Emma, her sister, stood by her throughout all of it. Okay, she was convinced that no, my sister did not do it. They were very close. I mean, and she also stood to inherit the money. That's why she at first was a suspect, but then her alibi checked out. It was, I forget how many weeks or months after the trial and Lizzie's acquittal that witnesses when they had moved into they moved into another house together and lived together, the sisters, before Lizzie eventually just went off on her own. But there was a time where the witnesses on the street noticed Emma. There was like some loud yelling in the house, and Emma rushed out of the house, slamming the door behind her with her bags, and left and never came back. And apparently they never spoke again, those two. And I can only imagine. I just think in my heart, like, because once Lizzie was acquitted, she could never be tried again. You know, double jeopardy. That's not going to happen. I think my thing is, I think Lizzie was like, oh, I did it.
Or she found something out.
Or she found something out, but either Lizzie told her because there was yelling and all this stuff, or Emma found out some other way, but I think she was horrified. And I think she left. And again, the sisters never spoke after that. So I think that's the case. So yeah, trial of Lizzie Borden. And I think she did do it. Okay, so that was a 7-minute diatribe on that, but I do apologize for not giving you all the my verdict at the end of the last video. So enjoy, guys. Let me know what you think. If you disagree, if you've got some more information, I would love to hear it. All right, talk to you soon, BookTube. Bye.
Brad!
Brad, email me. I mean it.
Brad, don't.
Okay, bye.